Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more Reddit stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too. Let's crack on with today's first story, which comes from a throwaway account from the Am I the Arsehole Here subreddit and says, Am I the Arsehole Here? My best friend's wife told him that she had an affair with me. The last 4 days have been the most horrible in my life. I have no idea how to deal with anything and wanted to get opinions on what to do next, since I see posts like this on Reddit. My best friend's wife told him that she had an affair with me, which never happened. I, 35 male, have been married to my wife, 35 female, for 8 years. We have 2 wonderful kids, but this is about my friend Josh, 35 male, and his wife Mary, 34 female. I met Josh during my freshman year of college and we've been friends ever since. We've always shared our love for tech and he's always my go-to guy when I needed someone to talk to. Josh started dating Mary 5 years ago. Let's say Mary has a very different set of morals than my wife or me. She is very loud, manipulative, and just craves attention. Josh and Mary had been dating on and off for 4 years. They broke up often, but somehow always ended up together after a few months. Mary is always the one who breaks up with Josh and then takes him back. I also know that Mary cheated on Josh at least with 2 guys when they were dating, but somehow convinced him that he was not putting enough effort into the relationship. Josh always blames himself if Mary is not happy. My wife also knows about all of this and has always kept her distance from Mary. However, we do meet her often during parties with friends. Josh and Mary got married last year. Last month, Josh found out that Mary was cheating on him again and had an affair with one of her co-workers. Josh was completely broken and stayed at our place for a week, before going back and confronting Mary and kicking her out the house. Josh bought the house before marriage, and hence he had to get the cops involved to kick her out. From what we know, Mary moved back to her parents' house. I've been helping Josh through the process and he filed for divorce last week. Last Saturday, Mary came to Josh's house to collect her stuff along with her dad. I'd advised Josh to get out of the house when they came, but he wanted to make sure she did not take anything that did not belong to her. During her visit, Josh got in a fight with Mary, and Mary told Josh that she had an affair with me while they were married, and we used to do it in their bedroom. This is all 100% false. I've always known that Mary was trouble and kept my distance from her. I feel she's just trying to hurt Josh by saying that. After that incident, Josh got extremely agitated and came to our house. I saw he was distressed and knew something was wrong. As I opened the door, he started cursing at me and accusing me of sleeping with Mary. Luckily, the kids were not at home, but my wife and I were there and we were both shocked by what he was saying. He tried to punch me, but luckily he hit my shoulder and I was able to wrestle him on the ground and calm him down. Kept on telling him what Mary told him was completely false and that I had never spent a single minute with her alone in my life. My wife threatened to call the cops and he left. After he left, my wife was completely inconsolable. It took me hours to calm her down and convince her that Mary was manipulating Josh. I work from home and rarely leave my house without my wife or kids. I think she believes me, but she has been different for the last 4 days. Josh told a lot of my close friends that I was having an affair with Mary. He's not taking my calls or my wife's calls. My wife tried to call Mary, but she was also not taking our calls. All my friends, including Josh, think I am the biggest arsehole for getting involved with his fucking wife. I have no idea how to convince anyone that this is false. I'm just so frustrated. Can someone please give me advice on what I can do next? So, there was some comments which OP replies to. Add Dangerous says consult with a lawyer. Ask if you have a case to sue Mary for defamation. I'm serious. She's telling lies you should be able to prove are false, and she is doing measurable damage to your life and reputation. If a lawyer thinks you have a case, you should file ASAP. OP says good idea. Might be my last resort to get the truth out of Mary. Zealous Ideal Pay says, yes, at the very least, threaten with suing her for defamation. And then says, she starts talking real quick and people will take you more seriously. Ad says, I struggle to understand, given the context, how your wife and friends don't believe you. But it sounds like you need to just clear the air with a simple denial that you did it. Offer to give evidence to anyone who doesn't believe you, if you have any, and that you're happy to be friends still, but won't be talking about the situation. Their choice. As for your wife, you've got to take a softer approach, of course, but still tell her she needs to either believe you, allow her to do any kind of investigating or whatever to verify it if she can, or you guys need to go to counselling. No half measures and no treating you differently because you can't prove a negative. Anyway, that's what I would do. Damn dude, I'm sorry man. I'll say a prayer for you. Terminal simp syndrome in your friend dude. Hope he says thanks. My wife has been supportive, but the situation has also taken a toll on her as Josh is spreading lies in our social circle out of spite. Mary is not talking to us. My wife of course supports me now, but the shock of the accusations was awful. Took some time to convince her that it's all bullshit. Friends are mixed. Some see my side, but some are confused how to make sense of this. I'm just tired of defending myself. It's going to be interesting if he does go down that route of defamation. I don't know legalities and how it all works, so I'm not going to pretend to know about it either. But whether she'd just call it out and say that she was lying, etc., or will she continue to go down this path? It must be incredibly stressful though to be accused of something which you know 100% you haven't done, and you got everyone around you telling you that you're in the wrong. Now let's move on to OP's update, which came 4 days later, which starts off. First of all, thanks to this user and everyone who suggested that we should file for defamation. I just kept on thinking in my head how I could get Mary to tell the truth and convince Josh that I'd completely forgotten the legal route. I was not able to update as the lawyers had told us not to say anything until we got a confession from Mary. After posting on Reddit, my wife and I spent a few hours at night reading through all the comments. We immediately decided to explore whether we could sue Mary for defamation. Some of you suggested that I should take a polygraph test. I asked my wife if we should find a place for that and she smiled. She said she does not doubt me one bit, but we can't let people have any doubt that I had an affair with Mary. Our kids are friends with their kids, and we can't live with them thinking I had an affair with Mary. Didn't they just say that? She just wanted us to be strong and solve the issue as soon as possible. In the morning, we messaged my wife's mother's friend, who is a very experienced attorney. We called her based on the time she gave us in the morning and explained the issue. She said that we should pursue the legal route, but she does not handle such cases and gave us the contact of another attorney in her firm and set up a meeting with her at noon. We went to visit and discuss the issue. The lawyer told us that we could sue Mary as she has made false accusations and there is a precedent of considering what she had said as slander, as it attacked my character and we can prove emotional distress. However, she told us that a defamation lawsuit is a very long and expensive process and may take several years. She told us that Mary has a weak hand and she will not want to go to court. Hence, we should give her a way out by telling her to give in writing that what she said was false. Moreover, as she said the false statement to Josh, we would need Josh to state what she said. I won't go into details here, but might post in the comments later on. However, we came up with a plan for sending her a letter of intent to sue for defamation. The attorney worked on this, and we got notified that Mary received the letter on Friday morning at her parents' place. The letter told her that we would sue her by the end of the month if she did not provide an official statement in writing that the statements she had made were false. The letter also told Mary to only communicate via the law firm regarding this matter. As planned, I messaged Josh and told him that we decided to sue Mary for defamation due to the false statements she made about the affair. We would leave no stone unturned to prove the allegations are false. Our lawyers will contact you next week and we hope you cooperate with them and tell them exactly what she said to you. On Saturday morning, as I was cooking breakfast and my wife was sitting with our kids, the doorbell rang. I saw the Ring camera that Josh and Mary standing outside the door. Before I could tell my wife to stay back and not open the door, she bolted towards the door. She opened it and started yelling at Josh. She is 5'0" tall, but she is scary when she's angry. She started calling him names and how can he destroy our lives when we supported him at his lowest? Josh just kept saying he wanted to talk to me and kept repeating that. He looked down. My wife just kept on yelling at him and telling him to get lost. Mary started talking then, saying that she's sorry for what she said. Josh was abusing her as she was packing and she just said that to hurt him. She just kept on saying that Josh is such an idiot and has created such a big mess. My wife turned to her and told her that she better find a good lawyer to reply to our lawyers. At last, she told Josh that if he wanted to meet me, go and first make things right for me, and then slam the door. I was watching all of this from the breakfast table through Ring camera and realized that we recorded the whole conversation, including Mary confessing her lies. I felt so relieved in the moment knowing that I had proof of her telling the truth. We forwarded the video to our lawyer and she sent a thumbs up and called us briefly to say that we should meet on Monday to discuss the next steps. After an hour or so, Josh messaged our friend group that he did a terrible thing and spread false statements about me. He's ashamed of it and wants to apologize for it. Moments later, Mary messaged saying that some statements she made were misconstrued by Josh and that what he told everyone was false. The relationship is going through rocky times and would thank everyone for giving them privacy and to pray for them. The rest of the day has been great. I've been taking my kids to their Saturday activities and playing with them, while my wife was talking on the phone with all my friends' wives and her friends gossiping about what happened. The only thing I told her was to not send the Ring video of Josh and me from last week and to not mention Mary's affair to them. I still think it's a private matter that Josh told us in confidence and we should respect that. Everyone was shocked that Josh attacked me physically. Regarding my friends, I made a blanket statement that they all hate me in the last post, but in reality, 4 of my friends called me this week to ask me what was going on. They told me that they know how crazy Mary was and asked me how they could support me. One of the friends was the one that Josh had called. He told me that Josh told him that Mary had an affair with me and they had filed for divorce. He conveniently left out the part about her cheating on a co-worker. I don't think anyone apart from my wife and I know the whole story. He knows at least 2 other friends Josh called and said the same. Due to this, the gossip started spreading that they were divorcing because of me, and most of my friends were just waiting on the sidelines instead of extending support to me. However, I think I learned who the people are that's got my back in need. About Josh, we still plan to file for a temporary restraining order against him and Mary next week. The lawyer said we should be able to get it for Josh as there is clear evidence of danger, but Mary might be a long shot. We'll see what to do from there. As for our friendship, it's done. It ended the minute he decided to punch me, instead of at least asking me if it was true. I can't have people like him around my wife and kids. He was a great friend, but my family and their safety have a way higher priority than him. For Mary, I guess she wins. My wife still wants to push to get her to pay our legal fees. We will see what to do on Monday. However, she was able to destroy Josh's support system with one lie. I was helping Josh through the whole divorce process, but he is now on his own. I also do not think many of my friends would be kind to him after the shit he tried to do at my house. I feel bad for him, and I know he needs support and professional help. However, I did my part, and I hope he understands what's right for him in the future. Thanks again for so many helpful comments. My wife also wants to thank all of you, and I'm glad that this is over now. And that was the end of OP's update, and they haven't commented or updated us since, but what do you guys make of this situation? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and let's move on to another story. And our next story does have an update as well. It's from SameBase9575 from the Am I the Arsehole subreddit and says, "Am I the arsehole for changing the walk down song at a wedding? I, 23 male, love to sing. I'm not American Idol good, but I'm considered a ringer at karaoke night by my friends. I was a groomsman for my best friend Travis, 23 male, wedding to Taylor, 23 female. Taylor has been the exact opposite of a bridezilla. The only non-negotiable thing she had was that she did not want a track playing when she walked down the aisle and wanted a live band. A reasonable request. They had Enchanted by Taylor Swift as their walk down song, and it was the song he proposed to her during one of our karaoke nights. Well, day of the wedding comes and the lead singer of the band ends up passing out during rehearsal. She had to leave to go to the hospital. As Travis couldn't see her, had to go inform Taylor through a bridesmaid. Bridesmaid comes back and states that while Taylor was empathetic and she understood, she was still adamant about no tracks. She asked if I was willing to sing in place, but I told her that my voice wouldn't fit the song she wanted. Bridesmaids asked me to do whatever I need to do to try and make something work. I spoke with a band and I asked if they were able to learn True by Ryan Cabrera. Apologies if that pronunciation's wrong. A relatively simple song with an hour's notice. And a song I know my voice can handle. They were willing to, and after a quick readjustment rehearsal with those actually walking down the aisle, minus Taylor, wedding happened. I performed the song, and although somewhat confused, Taylor seemed very happy. I then take place in my position as a groomsman. As the photos portion, Taylor came up to me and jumped me with a hug, thanking me for stepping in. She asked why I changed the song, but after a brief explanation of how my voice wouldn't have worked, she understood and said she was happy I chose that song. Travis, on the other hand, was not very talkative to me. After the reception and following days, he ghosted me. After finally having enough, I went over to his place to talk this out. This is where it all went loose. He was very upset with me for changing the song, knowing it was Taylor's favourite song and I couldn't have sucked it up for literally 5 minutes. I defended by stating the following. 1. I was following Taylor's one request for no track music. 2. My voice would have made any of the video footage taken ruined because the song didn't fit my voice. 3. I chose another song that I know and he and Taylor loved and that I could actually sing. He basically removed all that by stating that I should have done what was requested in the first place. As I mentioned how Taylor didn't mind, he kicked me out. Several people are divided. Our friend group, aka the groomsmen, are taking Travis's side and stating how I'm the jerk. The bridesmaids, Taylor's friends, are defending me for choosing a song that I could sing and was still wedding appropriate. Taylor has remained silent about this as she is Travis's wife, but no, I did what I could. I genuinely don't know what to make of everything. Am I the arsehole? And I'm just going to give you a general consensus of the comments here, and people were saying that you were put in a really difficult situation and you worked with what you could in it and did your very best. To which OP kindly came in and gave an update and says, wow, I did not expect this to blow up. First off, so many things have happened since this post, so I want to cover all bases. First off, thank you everyone for your support and help for making me realise that I'm not the arsehole. Many of you have great points of knowing music and what songs are appropriate for vocal ranges. I did theatre from 14 to 22 and have taken vocal lessons. I even had a band in high school that was just for fun. Secondly, many of you may be wondering if I cut Travis off in the wake of this. And the short answer, no. Yes, he was a major Richard to me and said many harsh words, but he went through the runt of it in life when it really counted. I know many people cut off friends when it's clear they don't want you, but I'm more of a just let me know when you are free to talk person. Not to everyone, but the people I love. I went to Travis's place with Taylor as mediator to finally attempt to squash this feud. It was lengthy, but what sold the deal was this statement. I've known you since kindergarten, and we've been through stuff no other duo has. And you know that I love Taylor as my own sister. Do you really expect yourself to believe that I would ruin your guy's special day over this? That really made him wake up. He apologized. Apparently, and I genuinely didn't know this was his Taylor's and his sister's favorite song. When she died from a stroke, Taylor was devastated. Travis made the song a new memory with the proposal, and he expected walk down song and was planning a surprise honor for Taylor's sister at the ceremony. When that didn't happen, Travis went into a deep anger when his plan didn't go through. I'll admit, I had told him that I was filling in for the singer. I didn't tell him that I was changing the song until the quick rehearsal before letting people in. He realized that I truly didn't know this and apologized. We are good now. Third and final update. I've been asked to consider singing for weddings and I'm going to be. However, like I said, I'm not a professional singer, so I'm only doing it for my close family and friends' weddings. I got asked to do one for my other friends for this summer. Thank you all. And I'm super glad that you was able to work things out in the end. Can we say communication wins the day in this one? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Now, just a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, your support, your time always means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.